Hello and welcome back to this week's Quick Hit, a series of unsolicited talks, this week brought to you by the FAA. Because we just got a letter.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
I wonder who it's from. Actually, this is not one of those bad letters. This is probably a good letter. This is from the Federal Aviation Administration GA survey. I'm assuming that means General Aviation survey. We'll fill this out truthfully and with you in tow because I want you to be a part of the general aviation experience, whether you own an old small airplane or not. I am taking you along with me. So we're going to open this up. We're going to see what they're asking, submit our responses, and hopefully that gives them enough data that they can turn into information that would eventually help us with old small airplanes. Now, before we get started, you're going to ask, is my microphone actually just the pitot cover from a PA-28 product? Yes. This is the leftover pitot cover from my PA-28R Arrow that's now sold. And Dominic, if you are listening, I will gladly mail this thing to you because I just found it in the hangar that we just cleaned up, by the way. Hangar looks great. Now, of course, we didn't get a bad letter because none of you would call the FAA on me for trying to improve my 60-year-old airplane's safety out of jealousy, hatred, and rage, right? No, I don't think you would actually do that. So I'm going to open this and assume I'm not getting duped and then get back to you on exactly what's in the letter. Let's go. I'm going to clip this microphone, tail and all, to my shirt, and unmolested letter, clean. This has got a little bit of tear here. Here's the other thing. In 2026, we're still sending around paper copies of documentation that may or may not be critical. If my postal service worker didn't show up to work today, I never would have got this letter. Thank you to the postal service workers, also delivery drivers, UPS, Amazon, DHL, FedEx. All of you are very important, and we thank you so much for the time that you spend out there trying to get us stuff like this. I'm going to slowly tear here. I get one shot at this because, well, I can't reseal the letter and fake that I'm doing this for the first time. I was about to throw this on the ground. We're doing life differently now. We have trash bins. I'll be responsible because I just cleaned the hangar and I'll put it over there. All right, let's see what we got. We have a return envelope. No postage required or necessary if mailed in the United States. That's good to know. The FAA is not going to cost me more money than it already does. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Dear aircraft owner or operator, please participate in the 2025 General Aviation and Part 135 Activity Survey. This survey allows the FAA to track the success of our safety initiatives, identify areas for improvement, focus our resources, and better serve the GA community. Okay. To provide accurate information on the general aviation fleet, we need to know about all aircraft in our sample, even if you did not fly in 2025. Please respond today at here, put in your N number, and then we will measure some stuff here. Here's some information about the survey. Why should I respond? And then if I have any questions, then I'll put it right there. Now, it looks like if I wanted to mail in a paper copy, oh, there's more stuff on the back. What does the FAA do with this detailed information? Will my name be associated with my survey responses? Why was I selected for this survey? What if I completed a survey last year? What should I do if I have questions about how to fill out the form? Okay, basic information. We'll put this aside. I'll probably end up submitting this online, but since we're here, we're going to look at the paper copy. Here we go. Was this aircraft flown in 2025? Yes. In 2025, was this aircraft leased or operated? No. How many total hours did this aircraft fly in 2025? Probably 100. What state or territory was this aircraft primarily flown? Georgia. No flights in Alaska. How was it flown? So it's got another long sheet here. How was it flown? For instruction, for recreation, for business, for pleasure. And it's a two-sided survey. Yeah, it's asking if we did some air taxi work, any air tours or medical services. If we had anything on the outside of the airplane, we did construction work. How much of the time did I rent or lease the airplane? How many flight plans did I file? Luckily, I've got all this information in ForeFlight, so it should be pretty easy to pull up. And then the general, this is great. They're asking about the electrical system, if I have an electronic primary flight display, an MFD, if I use a flight bag, if I have one installed in the aircraft for a flight bag, that's interesting. An electronic engine monitor. They're asking just some basic stuff. What kind of ADS-B do you have? What kind of guidance and navigation control do you have? VOR, DME, RNAV. I hope there's no one out there ticking the DME box on this survey. Don't do it. Don't do it. Sorry, do whatever you want, but come on. Yeah, so this is pretty comprehensive. And it's just asking, do I have cockpit image recording? Recording on the PFD, MFD. So we'll go home and we'll get these things filled out, and then I'll submit it to the FAA. And hopefully they can use this data and then turn it into useful information. Here's what I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to seeing them say, we're going to work with modern manufacturers or modern vendors, like Apple, for example, and see if we can put out aviation-specific guidance for using, let's say, portable GPSs for en route navigation, because the GPS that's in my Sentry portable ADS-B unit is actually a WAAS-capable GPS. It's not permanently mounted to the airplane, but I can get WAAS-capable information out of that GPS. I would probably not want to trust it in a critical phase of flight like takeoff and landing, but if I need to get between here and New Orleans, that thing is going to give me as good a guidance as I possibly could get from the GTN 750 and the WAAS antenna that's mounted on the top of the airplane. Maybe this survey accomplishes that. I'm not entirely sure. Is it a safety enhancement? Yes. We got tons of old airplanes where the owner is focused on maintenance, really wants to fly the airplane a lot, hours and hours and hours of flying, but would rather not go spend $20,000 to put in a modern GPS. And yeah, that number is not uncommon to see for an installation of just something like a GTN 750 or a 650. The cost of the unit plus the cost of labor would get you there. Now, that person probably has an iPad that they use to navigate between points all the time. I'm just speaking out loud here. I don't think there's any role for DME left in the system where the FAA is already struggling to keep up with the technology that they have. If we're spending money there, we can't spend money on the new stuff that we really want and deserve. Now, if you're part of the DME mafia, this part's for you. Don't come at me. We're just trying to improve what we already have access to and improve safety along the way, because who is installing that type of equipment and maintaining it on these airplanes? Anyways, we'll get the survey filled out. I'll submit it with you all in mind, the open source GA channel, and we'll give some feedback to the FAA. If you have basic ideas about what the FAA could or should be looking at, maybe after these surveys or just because you've got something in mind, go ahead and drop it in the comments, please. I'll be looking for your comments. I'll be trying to keep up. As the channel grows, I'm getting more and more comments, and sometimes it takes me a day, 2 days, sometimes a week to get all the way through the comments and really spend the time engaging with you that I really want to spend. Dropping a heart on your comment is me saying, I see it, I've read it. Me responding is what I always want to do for everyone on the channel. So go ahead and let's engage in the comments. Maybe you can hit like in the process. And if you like this kind of stuff and general aviation, then go ahead and hit subscribe. But for now, I'm gonna get out. Oh, before we leave here, let me pop this camera off. It's summertime. And you remember last year we tinted the windows on this airplane, and then I pulled the tint off because I was flying in the winter when it was getting darker earlier, and I just wanted more visibility out of the windows. We're gonna be retinting this airplane again, but I'm gonna try a different mechanism or a different tool to help me tint this airplane. And we're standing in a hangar, and it's a closed hangar, and you see my floors are nice and clean, but I've got an AC unit running in the background right here, aimed at my back, just so that I can survive inside this hangar. It's 80 degrees outside, and in here it's probably 90. But I think it's going to be a partial solution to the problem of heat and me being able to film in this hangar. All right, go out and do some airplane stuff. I did an instrument training lesson this morning. I didn't put a camera up because I want to focus and get through it, get it done. I'm a busy person. If you want more flying, go and check out the Ludix channel. Go check out Chili Dog Pilot. Go check out the Alpha Kilo Warrior channel. All of those folks are out there flying and doing a lot of over-the-shoulder work, taking you into airports and that kind of thing. And I do some of that, but not right now while I'm instrument training. But I guess that's all I have for you today. Thanks for tuning in. Be good to your postal service workers. Oh, also, trash day is on Tuesdays. At least it is for me. Do well by your family and by your neighbors. Take your trash out, put it in bags, close the lid. Maybe leave a bottle of water or maybe a thank you note for the sanitation workers that are around your area, because they are important too. All right, that's all I got. Bye.